an industrial webcam, an industrial event cam. Small, light, super rugged, standard industrial ports and connections, and super easy to set up. In this video, we're going to do an unboxing and a quick setup on the computer to get this rocking and rolling on your system. We're going to unbox the SICK SEC110 industrial event camera. And we're going to do a first setup on the computer and get it going. Let's dive in. So here's a sensor, really small, really light. We also have some safety literature in here in different languages. Always important to give this a quick read before you start. But if you'll notice, there's no manual in the box, which is becoming more and more common. So you need to go online and get all the detailed information. But just stay tuned on this video and we'll go through a lot of it for you. So check out how small and light the sensor is. It's amazing how much technology is packed into this little device. And since this is an industrial event camera, I'm wearing industrial gloves. So here we have the power and the LAN connection, both M12, but they're a little bit different. The connector handles power, ground, and the external trigger sensor input. So you can use a photo eye, a through beam, to trip sensor, or even a condition monitoring sensor to trigger the camera based on, let's say, a shock event or vibration or over temperature. So now let's connect to power supply. And we will see the LED turn on in just a few seconds. It's ready to go. Next, we have the LAN cable. Now this uses an M12, but it's a decoded LAN connection. It can be used as is, as a regular LAN jack, but today I'll also be using a USB LAN adapter to make it easier to connect to my computer and set up IP addresses, which we will do later in this session. Simply connect the LAN cable to the adapter and you're all set to connect it to your computer through your USB network. And there you have it. The SICK SEC110 industrial event cam all set up and ready to go. Let's check out the setup. To connect the SEC event camera to your computer's network, there are two main options. Option 1, connect the camera to your network's router, and the DHCP process will assign the camera an appropriate IP address. If you choose this option, then you can skip the next section, which is option 2, which is what I'll be using. Since I'm using a work laptop, I'm going to be manually setting the IP address of the camera and an adapter to connect directly to my laptop. First, we need to get the SICK SEC event cam on the computer's network by setting the IP address so the computer and the camera can communicate. There are several ways to do this, but I prefer to right-click on the network icon in the bottom tray and then select Open Network and Internet Settings. Next, choose Change Adapter Options. Identify your adapter by looking at the options and searching for the one in this case labeled Unidentified Network or described as an adapter. If you're using a work-issued laptop like I am, you may need to sign in for elevated administration rights. Select Properties and open the Internet Protocol version 4 to change the IP address. Select Use the following IP address and enter the specified address. Press Tab, and that should autofill the subnet masks, then click OK to apply the settings. Now, open a browser. I'm using Chrome, and type in the event cam's default IP address, which is 192.168.136.100. The camera's internal web server should load. First, let's log in at a higher user level. Choose Service as the user level and enter Service Level, all lowercase, as the password. And it's best to keep this default setting until everything's fully integrated into your systems. Next, we need to activate the video and triggering features. Right now, everything's disabled. So head over to the Application option on the left menu or here in the main view. There's a lot of useful information and settings in here, but for now, let's focus on activating the video and triggering. Let's engage the MJPEG stream switch. Now let's check our progress. Let's go back to the home screen and you should now see the live video stream. Streaming should now be active. To activate the event recording for snapshots and event videos, return to the Applications view, select Snapshots, and turn on the Activate Snapshot Recording switch. Let's get the event videos triggering active. Back on the home view, now you should see that streaming, snapshots, and event videos are all active. Streaming is used to check if everything is working as it should. Snapshots can be used for quality documentation and inspection. And event recording can analyze sporadic machine errors and anomalies. So let's simulate some event triggers. You can activate the event on screen using the camera's onboard web server, like we'll do here. In real life, this could be done via an external commands and physical inputs from the sensors, and we'll take a look at that. But for now, let's trigger a snapshot here. We can also trigger an event video recording, which will capture 5 seconds before and after the trigger, and those time values can be changed easily, and we'll look at that soon. To view the snapshot and event video saved on the camera, select Archive option from the left menu. Here you will see the MP4 video and the JPEG snapshots we just triggered. To view them, double-click the file name. From here, you can also download and delete the files as needed. Now, let's explore some settings that can be changed and important information that can be viewed. At the top of the application screen, you'll find 3 tabs: Streaming, Snapshot, and Video. In the Streaming tab, you can adjust the size, the quality, and then the resulting file size of the videos and snapshots. You can also obtain the addresses for the streams going to your recording systems or your CCTV system. In the Snapshot tab, you can make similar changes regarding file types, resolution, and file naming conventions. And then in the Event Videos tab has many of the same fields, but this is also where you can set the amount of video to save before and after the event is triggered. Next, click the gear icon for overall device settings. Here you can view and change settings like the camera clock, FTP server, and Ethernet connection information as well. While snapshots and videos can be triggered from the browser, many applications will use external triggers. These can be enabled from the Applications tab for both screenshots and event videos. Activating the Trigger Signal via Wire switch enables pin 2 of the M12 power and signal connector to be connected to an output of a sensor, such as a photo eye or a condition monitoring sensor. There are a few additional adjustments you can make to the actual video image: region of interest, watermarking, image settings, and rotations. And to close out this tutorial, if you ever need to start over clean, you can reset the camera to factory defaults. Thanks for watching. I hope this tutorial has been useful. This is an amazing sensor, amazing camera, amazing triggering event camera. For more information though, please go to sick.com, and from there you'll see all the relevant and pertinent data, specs, but also a downloads tab. Inside there you'll find the full manual. But also there's some software for REST API, there's also CAD files that you can download. And then back on the main screen, please check out the Accessories tab. There you will find all of the compatible cables and brackets for the sensor for a successful implementation. And please stay tuned for more exciting videos on exciting and amazing products. See you next time.